Hello and welcome. My name's Karani, and it's my joy to welcome you to this introduction to the Awakening series. The Awakening series will be a series of webinars about awakening. It's been something that's been of interest to me for many, many years and has been a feature of my own life and of the work that I've been doing around facilitating workshops and webinars and writing books. And it came to me to create a series which was based all around awakening, to assist and support some of the people like yourselves who are waking up, who are in the process of finding out more about who you really are. Awakening is such a huge topic that it couldn't be addressed in just one webinar. So it felt right to create a series where we could investigate it, explore it, enjoy it, and connect with one another to really support and facilitate this awakening process that so many of us are going through on the planet right now. So we'll explore through a series of live webinars, which will also be recorded for those who can't attend live. We'll explore what is awakening, what does it mean, what is it about, and how does it unfold, and look at some of the resources we can use and some of the tools and skills that we can use to facilitate the process. And we'll look at various qualities of awakening. They will form the basis of the series, if you like. So each webinar will be based around particular qualities and will support us in coming into resonance with those qualities and receiving all the gifts that the universe is holding out to us constantly all the time, but that we don't always allow ourselves to receive or don't even notice sometimes or become aware of them. So the series will ask questions such as, what happens when we put spiritual growth as a top priority in our lives? What happens when we put it at the center of our lives? What happens when we awaken to a life based around love, peace, joy, freedom, all those wonderful things? How does life look in an awakened state? How does it feel? What does that mean for us and for humanity if we are to become awakened, more fully awakened than even we are now? And I know many who are watching this will already be well evolved and hugely spiritually evolved and on the awakening pathway already. But wherever you are and whatever place you're at in your life, whether you're just starting to become aware of all things spiritual or whether you've been on the journey for many, many years, I hope that there'll be something in this series for you to take away, to use in your life, to support you. And for that, I'm going to come back to that term resonance that I used just a moment ago. There's a saying, isn't there? We are what we eat. Well, I also happen to think we are what we consume. We are what we pay attention to. We are what we focus on. And so if we spend our time focusing on the negative dramas that come up in our lives, or if we spend a lot of time on social media and get hooked into the negativity that can be expressed there, we tend to find that we then start taking that on and we become more negative and more aggressive or angry or frustrated or upset or whatever. If instead we infuse our lives, we consume, in inverted commas, the things that are supportive to life and to growth and to awakening, if we fill our lives with beauty and blessings and joy, and if we spend time around people who have those qualities within them and shine those qualities out, then we naturally start to lighten. We start to open up more. We expand our field. We feel more joy. And so one of the purposes behind this webinar series is to spend a couple of hours, around about once a month, in a sacred state, in a state of peace, in a state of joy, in a state of connection and compassion, through coming together online, through our collective coming together. We can build a field of beauty and grace and light and joy. And through that, as you watch the webinar, as you listen to it, as you tune into it, as you participate in it, and as you then watch the recording at a later date, perhaps, you'll be imbuing yourself, you'll be filling yourself, you'll be immersing yourself in high frequency light, energy, love, and so on. And to me, that's just a huge part of our awakening process, is just to fill ourselves with those kind of energies, because then we come into resonance with them. Like tuning forks come into resonance with each other, we come into resonance with grace and beauty and love. We start to then take that on. We become that, we share that, we shine that out into the world, and then other people start to benefit from that, and they then start to come into resonance with it. So it's a positive spiral. So that's one of the premises behind this series that I'm really looking forward to exploring with you. I know that you'll be experiencing all kinds of things on your awakening journey. You'll be experiencing moments of deep peace and inner silence. You'll be experiencing moments of great joy. You'll be experiencing times of knowing exactly what your path is and what steps to take. And you'll probably be experiencing times when none of those things feel possible, when you feel disconnected, when you feel cut off, when you feel small, when you feel hopeless. And so again, through this series, what I'm hoping is to be able to maybe smooth out some of the bumps in the ride, so that we can actually come into more of a constant state. Rather than doing these ups and downs all the time, we'll be in more of a constant state of peace, love, joy, happiness, connection, and so on. So that by really bringing the divine into our lives, really focusing on that as our daily priority, as the thing that we're here for, as the thing that we touch into again and again and again, every day, every moment that we can, we start to really embody that, live it, and then share that with everybody else. So that sounds like a big ask, doesn't it? Well, we can give it a try and see what happens. Through the webinars, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be focusing on particular qualities in each one. And through those qualities, again, the more we focus on those, the more we explore those and open to them, the more they become part of us. So things like openness, kindness, generosity, ease and flow, all those kind of wonderful things that make up an awakened life. We'll be exploring those through the series, and you'll be given opportunities to really go deep into those and those qualities, and to explore them for yourself and through the group. Every time I've done this kind of work before, online or in person, it's the group energy that is so powerful about this work. I mean, the topics in themselves certainly are powerful, but it's when we come together as a group and start to share these. And even if you aren't part of the live series, but you're watching the recordings after the event, you're absolutely included in that field of energy and light and sharing and connection that goes on. Because we know time is irrelevant. It's simply a human construct, and at a bigger level, it really makes no difference whether you're there live or watching the recording. So through the series, my wish for you will be to open to a deeper level of spiritual connection, to be able to really start to become aware in your everyday life of the presence of the divine in every moment within you. That you'll move into a state of greater peace, greater happiness, greater ease and flow in your life. I hope too that it will ignite some sparks for you and open you to greater inspiration, that will help ease the path for you and open you, provide signposts to your soul's calling, or to an even greater level of your soul's calling if you're already following that path closely, as I know many of you are. So the intention is to create a series, as I said, of roughly monthly webinars. I'm not sure how many at this point, but that will become clear, I'm sure, within due course. And what I'm going to present for you as my gift to you to begin the series is one webinar that will be, or one recording that will be completely free of charge. It'll be available to anybody to watch, and that will kind of set up the series for us, and will give you a taste of what it's possibly going to be about and what it's going to be like. It will be a shortened version, so the webinars are going to be 2 hours each. This first introductory webinar or recording that I'm going to offer you will probably be more like 45 minutes, something like that. And it's going to start with the theme of awakening. So we'll look at that. And then it's going to move it into activating and aligning. So this is going to be an A webinar. So in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. And I'm really looking forward to sharing this series with you and to connecting with all of you. Thank you very much.